Now, this slide is not found in our handbook, but it is found in one of our newer documents called the Traffic Analysis Handbook, which goes into best practices for uses of many different kinds of tools. This is a pretty information-rich slide here, so what I want to do is let you know that there are links in this presentation that you will be able to use as we send them to you, and there are links within the Site Impact Handbook also. While I'm at it, when you have your Impact Handbook open, if you go to the last pages of it, you will see that we have replicated every link used in the handbook chapter by chapter as one of the appendices. That can lead to some pretty interesting surfing. So when you get a copy of the PDF of this presentation, you will have the ability to have all the links, even if something was done after the production of the Impact Handbook. All right. One thing I want to point out is that this GSTV stands for Generalized Service Volume Tables. Those are produced by us at Florida DOT, and probably one of the most used tools we have. You saw a screenshot of one earlier where Gina was talking. LOS Plan is the computerized version of our simplified highway capacity-based planning model that's used for arterials and freeways, and also for some rural roads also. As you go further up here into the highway capacity manual, the highway capacity software, Sidra, Synchro, SimTraffic, VisSim, and CoreSim, what you're looking at are micro simulation models that have a lot of application, especially for very close to a site, also for weaving analysis at interchanges when you need to know a more precise level. So within the Traffic Analysis Handbook, there is a much more detailed discussion of what are the recommended software and tools for the different kinds of studies. Again, you will find, and we will send you a link to the Traffic Analysis Handbook, and giving you a chance to just quickly look at some of the kinds of studies and the recommended tools. Okay, got another question I'd like to ask you, and that is, what transportation tools do you use or have you used in your job? Okay, got another question I'd like to ask you, and that is, what transportation tools do you use or have you used in your job? This is a good marketing information here that the highway capacity software and manual is the most used, and our level of service tools come in second to those that are here. Synchro is also very popular these days, and VisSim, which is a super micro analysis, is becoming more and more popular. And then there are others that are not listed, and I apologize. They only give me so many slots that I can have for multiple choice.
And one of the questions is that does FDOT have a policy in preference of what tools to be used? For instance, should they use HCS, Synchro, or other tools? There is no policy to say which tool has to be used. It all depends on the agreement at the methodology level, what the applicant or the reviewers or the local agencies sit down and agree upon to. And also it depends on the severity of the impact. For instance, at times HCS may not meet your needs. You may have to go into a simulation model such as Synchro or maybe Vistro or VESM or CORSIM. It all depends on the reviewer. It all depends on the agreement that it's set at the methodology level. So to there is no policy to say what tool should be used. But again, there is guidance that the traffic analysis handbook tells you at what level what tools should be used. But no, there is no policy.
Right. And to clarify that just a bit, if you're doing, professional engineer, doing work for the Florida Department of Transportation on, let's say, redesigning or putting in a new interchange or redesigning a corridor, yes, we do have tools that we think you should use. For the site impact, however, as we mentioned before, local government plays a gigantic role in it. We know of some local governments that have taken our generalized service volume tables and have new levels of service called F+, F++. That is their prerogative, whether the professionals here agree with it. That is their prerogative. The question really comes from the time where we used to actually have either written or unwritten standards that you had to use certain tools. And I was around then, and I think some of us here were around then, and the answer we would give is, well, you have to use the highway capacity software because our people can't review anything else. And then we realized how silly that sounded. Like, oh, the profession's going on, but we're not going to train our people or hire the consultants to do this, to move on. So that's where we've become more flexible, as Gina has pointed out. And I hope that does answer the question somewhat.